Hello, my name is Denise and I'm explaining the Pentecostal presentation. It is started back in the earliest 20th century. Back in 1906, it was led by William J. Seymour, who was the Pentecostal pastor, and it was considered the birthplace of the movement. Like I said, it was led by William Seymour. He was actually known a black pastor that was apostolic. His church was in Los Angeles, and this revival actually was manifesting of the spiritual gifts, and it helped to grow the outpouring of the Holy Spirit in churches that you see in a lot of churches today, those that follow either in the non-denominational or into the Pentecostal background that birthed their churches and how churches have grown. It was interracial and it was inclusive of people in different natures and backgrounds, how people come together to worship the Lord in a different way, in a new light. That wasn't back then. Like a lot of churches, even today, a lot of churches are known for their shtick, where you have your Baptist, you have your Catholic, you have your Protestant, you have your non-denominational, and so every church kind of has their different ways of worshiping. But the Pentecostal movement, it was similar to, I would say, the night that a lot of the disciples and the people that were sitting in the room felt the Holy Spirit for the first time. That's what a Pentecostal movement will look like. How this has affected me is why I grew up in a very non-denominational / Pentecostal background. My grandfather was somewhat of a Pentecostal pastor. I've never met him, but growing up in the church where the Holy Spirit was very adamant, you can tell the difference when you walk into a church where the Holy Spirit isn't as adamant. It has helped me to develop a deeper relationship with God, and also just knowing that the Holy Spirit is there so you can speak to Him and speak with Him. In addition to having that relationship with Christ, it has been very helpful. Should everybody live the Pentecostal way? That's tough, because are we looking at it from a perspective of living under the lifestyle of a disciple and a child of God, or are we looking at it from a religious standpoint as putting it as a stronghold? Like I said, a lot of churches have their stick of what they think church looks like based off of their background of ministry, and if we kind of put a label on it and we're not allowing it to be a flowing of the Holy Spirit or allowing God to be a part of the depths and the foundation of the church, then if we take away the label, you take away Baptist, you take away Catholic, you take away all those labels that people have, Pentecostal, are you still emanating biblical principles in your church? So if you're looking at it from a standpoint of being stereotypical, then no. If you're looking at it from being at a standpoint of this is a way to worship God and to honor the Lord with our gifts, calling, and talents, and also the first fruits, and the Holy Spirit being a tool, not necessarily like a checkpoint or a check off, then yeah, people can live and grow up Pentecostal. Like I said, Pentecostalism, when it's stereotypical, I think that's what gets in the way of people actually going into it with 100% deity of who God is. When we take away from that, I think that's what hurts the church. When we actually go in knowing that we're here to honor the Lord with our first, that is what makes a difference. So that's my one fact. Thank you for listening. Bye.